Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, everyone. But I got conscripted into, quote, laundry duty by my dad and had to go hang a bunch of stuff up, so that took some time. Anyways, we're back where we were, basically, now. So let's continue on. And hopefully I won't have so large an interruption again. Although, if it does rain here, I am going to have to go out and pull the laundry off of our line outside, so that may end up being a thing, though I really hope it does not.
Anomaly found.
Found a bunch of ship debris here, so have a look at that. Well, you know, actually, it might have been possible for me to not bother with the fleet, but High Command's a little bit jumpy right now, apparently. We found another dig site all the way over here. So I'm adding this little bit to my space. Then it's off to the races as far as our exploration goes. Oh, shit. I believe that's the appropriate reaction under such circumstances.
Taking evasive action.
It is indeed. Ether Drake encountered. Creature observed in the Kalmakut system is unlike anything the HMS Pomponius Mela has previously encountered. Highly aggressive and with destructive capabilities to match, guards a planetoid that initial scans indicate is exceptionally resource rich. Okay, time for you to GTFO. Like, now. Get the fuck out of there. There's a continental world in the system? Great. I don't care. News of a giant being seen in the dark void of space is spreading across the Empire like a plague. Nice concern and optimistic wonder, but mostly brings an existential dread to the populace. Historical documents will record this day as one of tremendous importance. We are but motes of dust. And now these motes of dust need to pick a new tradition tree. So, what to go for? Not diplomacy, we don't particularly care for diplomacy. I think supremacy. I'm going to want to conquer people. And I like war doctrines, so supremacy it is. The future of this galaxy belongs to those who are strong enough to seize it. I'll take that, and 2 more star-based capacity, and 20% more army damage. Now head off to those systems. The asteroid went pew-pew. The asteroid that was approaching Tritonus on a collision course has been destroyed. Their doom averted, our jubilant citizens on the planet have taken to the streets in celebration. A scan of the remaining fragments has also revealed the asteroid consisted largely of valuable minerals. We have collected what we could. That's 1,000 free minerals. Not about to complain about that. Fleet, please go home. That was easy enough. Signs of battle. There's clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in close orbit of Roxosanan 4 at some point in the last 5,000 years. The surface on one side of the planet is pockmarked with craters from stray weapons blasts, and scans from the HMS Strabo have picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecks are all in very poor condition, the fact that anything remains at all after the damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced design. Science Officer Spuria Quirinius is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies. Intriguing. Yes, mount that graveyard expedition.
Science Division reports success.
Okay, more society research. Nutrient replication. Rare technology that we got. More food from jobs. That is going to take way too long to be worth it. No. Farm subsidies. And an edict. Or pop growth speed. I think we go for pop growth speed. That'll start moving us down the biological path, and just as a rule, my personal preference for the type of ascension path I tend to go for is I tend to lean rather heavily towards biological and genetic engineering, so we'll go for that. 64 months to go on it.
Construction complete.
Oh well. Tritonus is done building. Groups of humans launched a comet streak across the skies of Terra. The appearance of this lonely stellar object caused seemingly disproportionate distress even, and human turned to human for assurance that they are not alone. They are convinced this is a sign of a coming isolation and splintering of human society. Alarming, and that reduces our happiness by 5% for 6 months. Can we not? I'd rather if we didn't.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
Okay, and there's our fusion reactors. So, what to research next? Really, I can automatically rule out improved reactor booster, because outside of little things like this, where I need to put some more advanced tech on a ship and need a bit more power for it, I basically never use the reactor boosters. So it's between colony development speed and capacity overload plus energy grid. So it depends. Do I want my colonies to be developed faster, or the potential to have more energy? How much colonization am I likely to do in the immediate future? Let's see, there are 2 potential colonies sitting nearby to us, and we'll probably discover a handful more. But energy is one of those things I always kind of struggle with, so having the ability to boost my energy production for some influence would be very nice. So get me that. Oh, it's going to take quite a long time. Both of them are, so to hell with it. Back up to fast now. Continue on with survey of surveyiness. Let's see here. I was going to put that next starbase that was going to make my main shipyard in Sirius, but I think I'll actually put it in Alpha Centauri. These guys are the ones we're likely to be fighting sooner, so having a shipyard in Alpha Centauri probably makes more sense from the perspective of getting reinforcements to the front faster. So I'll put it there. Our High King has leveled up to level 4. Well done, you.
Special project complete.
Okay. We finished our expedition on the Starship Graveyard, which has proved to be a technological treasure trove. Studying the remains of these 3 vessels has advanced our research in certain fields by several years, and there are yet things to discover. A permanent science outpost in orbit would be a great boon to our starship engineering effort. And we gain 3 engineering research here, and 350 outright.
Anomaly found.
That anomaly is too advanced to bother with. Leave it be.
Recon pass completed.
We're done there, and our science ships
completed.
will finally be going north there to get us towards that shipyard we need to destroy. Shouldn't take too long. Relatively speaking, that is. But dear lord, this is a big system. Let's hope it has some valuable stuff in it. Titus Vibius has gained Spark of Genius. That buffs his research speed by 10%, so maybe consider assigning him as a researcher. It might be relatively useful, actually, to have that guy as a researcher, rather than someone out surveying systems and the like. Oh well. But our High Kingdom continues to grow. Tritonus has an unemployed pop. Some more clerk jobs until we can get them to the point where I can start putting down actual buildings. Because there's still 1 pop away from that.
Recon pass completed.
Now this science ship is about to start looking over there, so we'll have an idea of what's up. And oh my Jesus, there is a probe with a military strength of 46,500 that just jumped into our space. This ain't good. Not at all. An unidentified vessel has been detected in the 4 system. Preliminary analysis suggests it is a fully automated vessel steered by a basic AI and used for exploration. Its intentions are unknown. It neither shows any hostility, nor does it make any attempts to communicate. Until we know more, it's been designated Zeta Aliens. And we have no possible way to attempt to decipher and contact it. None whatsoever. The probe has just broken silence. We detected a signal originating from the traveling probe we detected in the 4 system. It seems to have successfully deciphered our communications. On screen. Greetings. I am a surveyor probe designed and employed by the Alcree Imperium to explore the galaxy and assess the situation for my creators. My primary goal is to identify and contain any threats posed by alien life to the future of the Alcree. At the moment, this unit has performed 11,063 sweeps. Estimated time to completion, 1,955 years. Well, we'll be a little bit polite. We don't want to piss off the drone that's stronger than our entire military combined. Well met. Construction ship, go wait over there. Our science vessel, and make a jump into the next system and see what it contains for us. Now you move up there.
Construction complete.
And find what is there. Alpha Centauri is a starbase now. It's time to get the shipyards up and running. Plus the crew quarters for a reduction to docked ship upkeep. That is going to be our primary shipyard in the future. And once we get it up and running, actually, I am going to start working on a second fleet. Even though that will slightly put me above my naval capacity for the time being.
Anomaly found.
Okay. Colossal impact crater hints that something big collided with the surface of this planet once. Research it, then. Going to take a while to get through that, but oh well. And we found stuff. We encountered alien vessels in the Singo-Belland system. They've been flagged as Edda aliens until we can learn more about them. We should proceed with caution. This system has already been claimed by another empire. Great. So investigate them. It'll take only 15 months. We've also found an abandoned gateway. An ancient space station of some kind, been located on the edge of the Singo-Belland system. The strong residual subspace signature that surrounds the station indicates that it may be a gateway of sorts, part of a theoretical network of similar stations that at some point would have allowed for near instantaneous travel between different parts of the galaxy. Assuming this is a gateway, its current state of disrepair has rendered it unusable. If it could be restored into working order, its owner would potentially be able to access any other functional gateway in the galaxy, enabling travel across huge distances in a matter of days. Intriguing, indeed. So yeah, those, for all two of you who aren't aware what gateways are, they're basically the Stellaris version of mass relays. And they're actually kind of awesome. Especially in the late game when you get to have such a massive empire that traversing it with more than traversing it becomes a massive problem. Having gateways all over is just so useful. But we have an FTL impact from that anomaly that we did before. A massive crater appears to be the result of a collision with a starship The size of the crater, we suspect even, a ship exiting a hyperlane at maximum velocity rammed the planet for reasons unknown roughly 10,000 years ago. The HMS Strabo has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash site, reminiscent of a collapsed hyperparticulate field. But as the ship itself disintegrated on impact, the theory cannot be verified. We get a bit of physics out of that, which is nice, I suppose. Elysium needs more jobs, so have some additional farms, please.
Anomaly found.
And we are picking up life signs coming from somewhere within the interior of this asteroid. This definitely warrants closer investigation. This asteroid over in the Sion system. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but who knows?
Recon pass completed.
And now, we lay claim to the system, so that we can start pushing north some more. And our science ship can keep at it. Surveyor probe is doing a thing. Your assistance is urgently needed. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to use one of your science vessels and its crew to observe the surface of Jansen 2. Do it and a fair compensation will be provided the next time we meet. Okay, we'll help you out. Where's my nearest science vessel to Jansen? That would be this one. And they don't have anything to do after finishing up there, so once that science ship is done with their current project, they can move down and check that place out. It'll give them something to do at any rate. Okay, we found a bunch of fauna on an asteroid. It's nice. Yeah, I basically kind of silently decided at this point that I'm not going to be reading every single solitary text pop-up that I get, simply because that would take far
Construction complete.
much time up. And it just makes a lot more sense that I just sort of read some of them if they look interesting, and the others just don't read or give a kind of loose summary of, depending. So that is what I am going to do, I think.
Construction complete.
I'll be having that. Then move into that system to get ready to claim it when possible. Take that route. We can come back and get the other systems later.
Anomaly found. Anomaly found.
Okay then. Elysium, that agricultural district.
Construction complete.
Yes, it deals with jobs there. On Elysium, which as I said before is just going to be our farming world. 4 months to go on those strike craft in the hangar bay.
Construction complete.
Okay, we'll be claiming a new system soon. Well, I say soon, after we have surveyed this place fully, and basically this is just... We found an abandoned life pod with the remains of an alien in it that's holding a picture of another alien from the same race, and that's quite literally all we found out. It's interesting, but it doesn't tell us a whole lot, honestly. Which is the case with a lot of the events in this game, honestly. They're very interesting and they leave a lot open to interpretation, which I find to be very, very cool. A crack in space on this asteroid. Whatever shattered the asteroid vanished in a cacophony of energy as HMS Pomponius Mela approached for a second scan. After recovering from the incident, the crew reported that their ship's hull was strangely altered by the bizarre traveler. Whatever their origin, their technology has inspired theoretical debate over hyperdrives capable of tearing through the fabric of space. Oh no, no. This is bad. But it's made our ship a lot better. We just had a little meeting with the warp there. That's basically what that was, isn't it? Or something to that effect, anyhow.
Construction complete.
Alpha Centauri. Shipyard is done. So I'm gonna have it build one
Permanent
ship.
communications have been established with an alien empire.
We've made contact with some aliens. After successfully translating their language, we've established communications with the Psychonid stellar hegemony. Diplomatic channels are now open and all hostilities have been terminated. Excellent. I'll have that 52 influence, thanks. And they are a military dictatorship and honor-bound warriors. Meaning they're kind of going to be dicks to us because they're honor-bound warriors. These guys are basically Klingons. So they're really going to try to pick a fight with us because reasons. I bring greetings from Grand Marshal Trazax, the undisputed ruler of the Psychonid stellar hegemony. Respect our borders and keep out of our affairs. Perhaps our mighty fleets will refrain from visiting your worlds. Well, fuck you too. We will fight for our right to exist. Okay. Get out of their space before they inevitably close their borders to us. We're not going to manage it in time. We do have our strikecraft research done. So, next we'll start researching geothermal fracking to increase our mining output. Tritonus. They need a new job. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna make this basically an industrial world.
Construction
so we'll give them
complete.
civilian industries now. Class is 2 here. The fleet manager. 15 London class, 5 Nagasaki class. We'll set it up like that. How are we militarily equivalent? we're slightly inferior to these guys, who started to build up some more. I'll have to do something about that. And this system here, I'm also going to upgrade into a starport. That system, though, I'm going to make into an anchorage to boost our naval capacity. And those ships made it out in time. Nice.
System reconnaissance completed.
Okay. System reconnaissance completed where? Ah, up there. So we have a bit of space there I can take over soon. When we finish with these 3 planets, I can take this system and continue my march north. As at this point, it's rather vital that I keep taking territory. We now have 2 rivals, rather than just 1. I'm going to need to address that and start subjugating said rivals. Speaking of, I may have to fortify this system, actually. Since that's going to be their main entrance point into my space. So fortifying it would probably be a good idea.
System reconnaissance completed.
But get me a starbase up there, please. And then we can go from there. Okay then, you guys keep up the buildinating and expanding. Yes, yes, not happy really that I now have 2 rivals. Going to have to deal with them at some point. And hello Lurks, and welcome to the stream. If you have any tips or suggestions or anything, or just want to tell me how I'm doing everything wrong, or would like something in the game named after you, then let me know. Also, I am using a couple of mods in this, just to remind, and just remind people who happen to be watching this. So, if you want to see my mod list, then type in !mods, provided that I have put in my commands and stuff correctly with the Stream Elements bot, then that should help you out and give you that list. Of course, that's only if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching the edited version of this on YouTube, then the mod list will be in the description. So yeah, we've identified some wreckage. A crew aboard the HMS Strabo report that the ITES shipwreck appears to have been the result of unexpected geomagnetic solar storm. An unexpected geomagnetic solar storm, rather. The supply ship suffered a complete loss of life support systems and sustained inoperable damage, drifting until it entered ITES 4's gravity well. There are no survivors. The cargo hold does indeed contain a notable amount of minerals. However, the captain cautions that the construction indicates Psychonian design. It is highly likely the minerals belong to the Psychonoid stellar hegemony. They may be displeased should we lay claim to their shipment. 300 minerals. Honestly, that's not really enough for me to bother with this with. So, not risk an altercation. they will like us more, and we will increase our influence because of that. Eventually. So we'll go with that.
Construction complete.
I'll build a mining station. And we have a gateway and wormhole there. I'll be nabbing very soon. You don't see this very often, at least I haven't. A system that combines both a wormhole and a gateway. Both in systems near to each other I've seen, but both in the same star system, that's pretty damn rare in my experience. It really, really bloody is. Quite rare indeed. Thanks for the cargo ship back, basically. We get 100 influence, and they get an opinion modifier, making them like us more for a period of time. It'll only last for 4 years, but that is kind of nice. Okay. Now, our upgrade on that starport is coming along nicely. Once this finishes, I'm going to throw down a bunch of anchorages, and this place will become Anchorage Central. So that's on the list, to be sure.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Tritonis has its thingamawhatsit. Get me 2 anchorages now. War Memorial. Apparently I can't build that. And we can only do war memorials in systems of battle debris, it seems. Interesting. I'm just gonna stick with anchorages for now. To do anchoragey things. For anchorage reasons. And all that jazz. And we'll replace station on the name with Anchorage. Alpha Centauri Station will become Alpha Centauri Shipyards, of which Class is 2 here. They have Alpha Centauri as their home base. Good. Very good indeed. For the time being, we'll continue on with our building spree. And we'll at least get one
completed.
anchorage done before we hit 2226. That's rather nice. So, how's things going?
Construction complete.
We found an Arctic world. Those are kind of useless, honestly. For me, at any rate. I'll build a starbase there to claim that very awesome system. Then keep claiming more things. Because why wouldn't I? There. Class 2. It's a bit of a reinforcement now. So we'll buy up some more alloys to add additional ships to the fleet. That'll put us back over naval capacity a bit. But we have another anchorage coming in fairly soon, which should mitigate things. And this is one of the many benefits of having multiple shipyards in a system that I really love. Being able to build ourselves more than one ship at a time. Just having specialized shipyard building systems, I just love that. It's just one of those things that is so freaking nice. To have systems where I can just spew out warships so fast. It's going to be so goddamn useful. And we'll be building up this second fleet to cap, even if I have to put down a couple more anchorages. Because I think once we have 2 full-strength fleets, possibly 3 if these two keep up with me well enough, but once I have 2 or 3 full-strength fleets, we'll be in a good enough position to take on either of our neighbors. And once we can do that, I'll get myself my first vassal. Speaking of which, I'm going to need to do some planetary invasions when our first war comes around, so note to self, make sure that you actually get some army units to invade their planets, rather than trying to get them at the last minute after you own all their space and then failing and being forced into status quo or something absurd like that. In any case, I think I'm going to end it here for now. So, the year is 2226. We're now up from 1 neighbor to 2, and I'm expanding north towards this cultist shipyard. And we have a second fleet on the go. So, when the time rolls around for this series to continue on again, I do believe that it's either going to be next time around, not next episode, but next stream/session, when we are going to have our first war, because I think 2 fleets, or possibly 3, these guys are really good at keeping up with me, I will be able to take one of them on. The only thing that would change that is, well, I'll leave you to fill in the blanks. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. See you then, folks. I'll see you then.